Okay, we're back on the attack. Welcome in. And here we are, back again. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Oh, Jesus, it's cold. What time is it? 10:30. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Gonna do it this way. What's up, Dragonfly? How you doing? What's up, BDH? Melissa, how you doing? Welcome in. All right. I'm just cruising with some hummingbirds right now. Have to get these guys done. So we're gonna make some hummingbirds. There we go. Got that done. Park that there. All right, let's go. So we're doing the teal right now. Had a big order for them to come in. Can you take dark red Elvis and mix it with clear and make it red Elvis? No. I've not had a very good success rate at doing that. The blending is not the same as all the rest of the colors. That one I wish you could do. Yeah, that one is a tough one. I've not been able to ever dilute red properly. So that's been a little bit of a chore and a half. All right, so we are making teal. Where's the sound of the torch? I don't know. Maybe it's just super quiet right now. I don't know if anybody else can't hear it, but hey. Should be pretty visible. You should be able to hear it audible. I can kind of hear it myself, so that's usually the indicator. All right, so we're going to just make some hummingbirds. We got to do the teal version. And we're going to knock these guys out of the park real quick. Okay, grab that and pull. And there we go. Yeah, the glass torch technology are always super quiet, but I'll check my settings here. Yeah, sounds, according to mine, the microphone is picking up. We'll exit a little bit right there. Can add a little bit of sound to it, but otherwise it gets too loud. Okay, so we need to, you can barely hear it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the setting got adjusted. I can fix it here in a second. Yeah, the torch is on quiet mode right now. Hold on. about as loud as it's going to get right now. Where do I live? I live in Washington. I'm in the state of Washington. Do I plan on doing a blue rose? I'm always going to be doing rose. Yeah, I've got actually a couple roses scheduled. Definitely one tomorrow. But yes, we can do blue rose. Yeah, I just adjusted it. So I use a NVIDIA broadcast for my microphone. And it can be pretty aggressive with the sound deadening. I don't need it to be that aggressive. But sometimes it just kicks on. And there we go. Look at that. I even got the hook on there perfectly first time. Yeah, the torches themselves are very, very quiet by themselves. If I had a national torch going, man, it'd be loud. So we're just putting the wings on. There we are. Smooth it out. There, we got wing number one all set up. I love it too. I love this color. I'll show you all on the side view. How beautiful this color actually is. Okay, a little bit right there. Smooth that out. Get that wing to blend. Then we're just going to smooth everything out, nice and chill. I always got to make sure that beak is trimmed down a little bit. Sometimes they get too, it gets a little aggressive. And you can make that point really too tight. All right, there we go. And there we go. So we'll kick over a side view and see if we can get that. There. Now you can see the birdie. I love this color though. This is like one of my favorite colors. Like that. That's what I'm saying. Oh, how about we get into camera view? That's why I say I love this color. Tippity tap, and off it comes. All right. Just a little bit more to go on that. All right, let's make a couple hundred more of those. No, I'm kidding. There we go. All right, let's, I only have 2 more of those to go. So about 15 minutes. Be about 15 minutes to complete that up. Where did my punty rod? I definitely should have cleaned this damn bench before I restarted tonight. It's a freaking mess. All right, we'll be all right. We're going to be just fine. Okay, then we're going to roll it into the frit. So the frit is part of the coloring process. It is basically little ground up pieces of glass. You can get it in multiple colors, single color, even in clear. But it allows me to color the glass, the main body, without completely encasing it. So I can bring it up here. You can see all the little chunky monkeys on there. So you can still have some transparency, but we have that white effect through there too. Then we just blend it in. We're going to blend everything in. A little bit more. Make it smooth, and then we make the rest of the bird. Okay, there we are. We got the body pretty much done. Bring it out, and this is the little ooey gooey part. Gives me my starting point for the tail. Yeah, I've got all the books. I just have them up there. It makes really nice background. Just makes for a nice background. There we go. And here we go. We're just making the tail right now. So we're just knocking out a couple hummingbirds real quick. Nothing too complicated. They take about 6-7 minutes a piece. So if you want to hang around and see a piece done from start to finish, now's the time. Pretty easy project. Good night. Dragonfly, get some rest. Good night. Okay, we got that. Let's put a little hook on there. And we're just going to pull this down. There we go. And we're just going to bend it, let it pretty much gravity drip and move into a hook. That one's not a tough procedure there. When you're first learning it, it's a pain in the butt though. Mostly because everybody overheats it. Yeah, maybe someday. Maybe someday we'll do some Star Wars-y stuff. Right now, my plate is pretty full with orders. I thought Christmas was busy. Man, Valentine's is already kicking butt. Okay, we're going to bring this back. And there. Smooth that little baby out. Like that. So we got a beautiful little wing going. We got to do wing number 2. What's up, Red Squeak? Red Squeak's in the house. Okay, we're going to bring this in, pull. And there we go. So this is what I call production mode. This is where, this is where your money is made. When you learn to make a couple items that you can make fast, efficiently, and you make them well, this is where you make your money. Not that that's what it's all about, but you can't continue this process without making some money. It's actually pretty expensive when you start getting more advanced. Eyeball. Eyeball. So like when I first started making these hummingbirds, I would say they probably took me 30 minutes to make, and they weren't even good. And then you just get faster, better, and you just start knocking them down pretty quick. And then you get stuff like that. I love that color. I don't know if you can see the little transition from the dark and light in the wings. So it gets a little dark and a little light. That's the thickness of the glass. It just kind of changes it. Creates those really nice, variations in the color. I got to smooth that out. Okay, let's time it. We're going to go for 6 minutes. We're going to go for a 6-minute run. Y'all ready for this? Hold on a minute. Let me get all set up here. Give me a second here. I'm going to get a quick Mountain Dew drink. Powered by Mountain Dew. There we go. All right, here we go. 6 minutes on the clock. Let's rock it. Can I make a tiger? Probably, but not right now. Not making any tigers anytime soon. I have a lot of orders to fill. We are constantly busy. Okay, so we got the ball built up. Let's go. We're going to move it into the frit, melt that in. We're gonna roll it in there. So this is basically ground up glass. Looks like sea salt. And then we melt it in. So we're gonna go for the 6-minute timer here. I'm hoping I can beat it. We're gonna see if we can beat the 6-minute timer. Try and make a full hummingbird in 6 minutes or less. So while we're doing that, I'm not going to be able to show like the detail that we were doing just a minute ago, because I want to try and time it and see if we can nail it down. Here we go. And we're just buzzing right along. Okay, got that done. Attach. Come over, do the head. If I didn't have to put this hook on here, man, these would be a lot faster. This is the part that takes like 30 seconds longer than I would like. So you have to stretch it out, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Then preheat it a little, then wait. Okay, there we go. We got the hook on. Ooh, that was almost a catastrophe. Okay, we got the hook on here. Let's get the wings done. There we go. Okay, wing number 1 is done. Smooth it out. Smooth it out, make sure they balance. All right, we're all good. To make sure that sucker was on straight. It was a little crooked for a second. Eyeball number 1. And eyeball number 2. Okay. There we go. I think we got it done. I don't know if we hit the 6 minutes or not, but maybe, maybe not. bring it over to the side view. Boom. So yeah, there it is. I still love that color. I said, I do. $5.5? Yeah, we did good then. So that right there is like what I call production mode. So if you want to not live stream and you want to do this as kind of like a career, you just put on your headphones and an audio book or some music and you just jam. And you just knock those out one after another after another. And it looks good. We're going to try one out of a different tealy color. So I wanted to get that one all done. We're going to try it out of a different teal, like a different variation. I don't even know if this is technically teal. I'm kind of curious to see what the color is going to do. So we're going to try that next. Be able to compare the colors. Yeah, the teal with white looks really good. I agree with the BDH. D&D figurines would be fun. All right, we're going to set that off to the side, and we're going to grab this one here. So this is a different variation. I got to keep it separate. But you might be able to see the color differences here. I'm going to use the side camera. I might be able to get a better view of that. So we're going to go through the different variation here. So the bottom one's the one I did. The top one's the one I'm going to use. The top one is supposed to technically change color a little bit while it's hot, or once it gets hot. So we're going to see. We're going to see exactly what the heck it does. See if they lied. Do I do Australian birds? I could probably do Australian birds. It depends on which Australian bird you want. It really depends. Is that normal? What's normal? Okay, let's find us a nice little plenty rod. Now you're going to have to do. All right, so we're going to try it with the different version now. I'm hoping that we got a good color combo with it. So these are the roses we did the other day. These are what we just popped on the website. You can see all the colors bouncing through there. And we have these now on the website, A, B, C, D. Then this is the peace rose down here. We're going to be making some of those tomorrow. How hot is that flame burning? It is roughly 3,800 to 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, there's lots to choose from. Choices. Although I don't like doing too many choices because then you confuse the hell out of people. I've learned that the hard way. One, if you do too many choices, you confuse people. Two, when you have too many choices, I get confused. Like when I go to order something, if there are too many combinations, I don't order anything. It's kind of like there's too much going on. And you just get frustrated and you're like, nope, not doing it. I'll come back later and look at it. And you never do. All right, so we're going to go the slow mode again because we can. So yeah, that is the white frit that we add in there. And it looks very much like rock candy sitting on the glass until we melt it in. It very much looks like rock candy. or Charlie Sheen's coffee table. Either way. All right, here we go. We're going to melt all that in. Yeah, definitely less is more for sure. What's up, Big Irv? How you doing? Ice cream shop. Yeah, exactly. Too many choices, bad idea. All right, so we're going to pull this into the tail section here. Snap, crackle, pop. That's what that sounds like when it goes in there. Just chilling on my stream. Awesome. Love having you in here. It's cool seeing everybody. Big Irv, it's good seeing you. Appreciate you. All right. Yeah, I use liquid oxygen for my my flames here, and I think my tank is like, I think I need to add the pressure builder. So there's a little valve in there on it that allows you to convert the liquid over to actual oxygen. And I think right now that valve is closed because it keeps changing my pressures here. So I don't think it's building as pressure as fast as it should. A little frustrating. There we go. All right, we're going to smooth everything out. Make a funky duck. Did that have a gap in there? No way. All right. We're going to bring this down, attach it. Then we're going to burn it off up here, create the head. Then we'll put the little hook on it. Gonna hook it up. All right, come up to the top. We're going to add the place where it hangs. This is the hook for it. Bring it back. Like that. So there we are. We got the little hook going on. Always feel so fresh. Oh, thank you, Andrea. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. This is where we're going to see if we make it work. What's up, Archangel? What's up from New Zealand? All right, so we're doing the wing. I'm going to spend a little time putting this together. This color is definitely acting a little different than others. What I mean by that is it's kind of like a stiffer color. It doesn't flow as well as the rest of them. for a tealy color. But that could be good and bad too. All right, we got a beautiful little wing going. We're going to do the second one, the beak, and we're going to check the comparison in the side camera and see how it looks. And there we go. I think I just got a little glimpse of this color. It might actually be pretty damn beautiful. So the colors react differently when they're hot. They don't look exactly like they do from hot to cold. And when they're worked in the flame, they do tend to change. Some of them do. And I think this is one of those ones that's going to change ever so slightly. Okay, we got that done. Let's put the little eyeballs on. And then we'll check it out. Eyeball one. Eyeball two. All right, let's see what the heck we look like on this. Not we, the bird. I know what I look like. Okay, there we are. So this is the reveal part. Oh, it's very close to the other one, although it's got more of those striations in the color in the wings. You see a little more dark and light in there. It's actually kind of pretty. Yeah, I definitely like that coloring. I think it looks really good. Yeah, it's actually kind of cool. All right, I could keep it. We'll keep it. How cold is it? It's a little chilly. It's a little chilly willy out. I think it's in the 40s. It's not snowing, I can tell you that. I kind of wouldn't mind it snow. A little snow once this year wouldn't be bad. Yeah, a little snow wouldn't be too bad. Okay, so we're going to bring this out. Okay, got to bring this down. Okay. Little crackle there. And we're going to take this and we got to attach a holding rod to it so we can use it later. Yeah, I like seeing it when it's all cooled off. I always think the stuff looks way better. Okay, so this is part of the job. What's happening is I'm extending the color, meaning you get the little short bits of color and they become hard to use in the flame because your hands are getting pretty near the flame. So you extend it with clear rods like this so you can maximize the color. Because this is where all the money is, not the gas use or anything. The colored glass is where all the money goes. It can vary anywhere from like $35 a pound up to now $150 easy. That's where all the, it just costs a fortune. All right, let me pull this little bit off right here. Don't need it. All right, there we go. Separate that. We're going to park that off to the side. And then we made this rod earlier today. So this was just a pink glass, and then we fumed it with silver, meaning we vaporized it, and then we fully encased it. And I think it'll look cool as a flower. We're going to bring it over here so you can see what I'm talking about. So right there, it doesn't look like much, but when you hit it with the lighting, you can see it has that really nice iridescent blue look to it. And I think we're going to try a quick flower with this color. I want to see what it kind of looks like in a flower section. So we're going to make a quick flower with it. I'm not going to do too extravagant, just very quick. Should take me about 7-8 minutes. 7-8 minutes, maybe 10 depending on how big I go with it. But I don't have a lot of that glass there, so it shouldn't take too long. It should be okay. Let me find a section that I really want to use, though. See if I have any. Yeah, you're going to be perfect. We'll use this one. Is it hot in the room? No, it's actually pretty freaking cold. Yeah, it's pretty damn cold. Okay, so this is the color. Again, it has that iridized blue look to it. We're going to see if it stays. Before I do that, though, let me... Powered by Mountain Dew. Getting a dry throat real quick. Got to power myself up with some Mountain Dew. Here we go. So we're going to make a flower. About every third or fourth petal, I will show you what the progress is. So buckle in, hang tight, and we're going to make this work. Fasten your seatbelts. Keep the hands and arms in the car at all times. Here we go. I'm hoping this looks really freaking cool. We're going to find out, though. So we're making a flower, a rose. So there's the first pull. That is what I call the taco bend. I'm going to show you why I call it a taco bend, and then we're going to stop switching cameras for a little bit. Here we go. So this is the taco leaf. You can see it kind of looks like a taco. That's the first petal. All right, here we go. So about every third or fourth petal, I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like. We're going to make it rock. Here we go. We're going to rock this thing. After you make a petal, you got to take this tool and you have to hand carve it in. Can't just stick it on there and hope it looks good. Got to actually work it. Coming to the side here. Okay, and we're going to work it in. Carve that in there, like that. This is definitely going to be a one-off flower for right now. I don't know if we'll produce this down the road, but we'll see, depending on how it looks. Okay, there we are. So there is the first stage of it. It doesn't look like anything in particular, really. It just kind of looks like a blob of nothing. All right, we're going to come through and we're going to pop on 3 more petals here. Carve it in. So while we have a few people on, if you wouldn't mind putting in chat, what is your second platform, your social media, your platform that you go to besides YouTube? Like, what is your second choice? If YouTube is down, what is the other platform that you like to go check out? I'm kind of curious, especially on TikTok too. So like, if you're on TikTok, what is your second choice? Because we are multi-streaming right now. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok and Instagram. Facebook. Okay. Yeah, I'm just reading chat right now, seeing where everybody goes and what they check out. Because it kind of helps me decide where I'm multi-streaming to. Because I only have so much bandwidth I can stream to. Facebook, okay. All right, so we're gonna go side view real quick. So now you can see the flowers starting to take shape in there. Facebook has live. Well, Facebook's always had live streaming. I didn't know that they had the GIFs. TikTok and YouTube, Instagram. I see a lot of people saying Instagram is kind of. I personally haven't been on Instagram that much. I should probably get a little bit more acquainted with it. And I haven't been on Facebook hardly at all. Okay, there we go. This color has potential. I think so. Yeah, we're going to be doing the side view here and there so you can see a more detailed approach to it. I'm really liking the side view. It's definitely a good camera for up close. Little up close and personal shot there. Okay, we're going to add one more petal, and I will show you where we're at so far. Yeah, I don't have that much glass of this left. This flower isn't going to be too big. That's for sure. Yep, there we are. There we go. All right, so we're going to park it on the side cam again. Yeah, I'm not doing anything with Neptune. I don't like that idea of it at all. So there is the flower so far. Color's looking kind of cool. We haven't hit the flashlight on it though. This is definitely going to change with the lighting. 100%. The lighting is going to change it all up. Most expensive piece I've done is $12,000. Two of them. Two $12,000 pieces. I don't like making big ass pieces. I really don't. One, they take a long ass time to make. And two, I like my stuff getting out to the general public. I don't want it to just go to one or two people. You know, to the ultra rich. I mean, I don't mind selling to them, but I'd rather have 100 items go to people that are out there like me, that are just like me, than like a few people that can afford to buy stuff that I wouldn't be able to buy. I'd rather be out there with everyone else and get my work out into everyone else's hands. Okay, where was I? Right there. So I'm not really looking for big projects anymore. I just don't have it in me for that. I'd rather sell $125, $35 items than one $12,000 piece. Yeah, the two pieces were commissioned. They were. One was a project for a chandelier that went over a pool table. And I made the whole chandelier. Every little light pod was a pool ball. And it had the number in it, matched the colors, the style, the design. They were old pool balls, though, not like the newer modern ones. They had a different coloring pattern to them. But the pool table was owned by Minnesota Fats. I think that was it. Pool player, Minnesota Fats. Okay, so we got 3 more done. We're going to do the side view. I think I only got enough to really do 3 more, and we'll finish it up. I'm telling you right now, this is going to look absolutely stunning with the light on it. So hang around for another 3 to 4 minutes, and you're going to absolutely love what it looks like. What does it mean, commission? That means someone basically ordered an item, commissioned it to be made. It's just a fancy word for ordered. Yeah, now I wish I had made more of this color. I would like to have made this bigger, but it is what it is. It'll be a cool size. All right, last petal. And we'll be all done with this one. One more. One more little petal here. I'm going to leave that sit up here because I want to keep it out of the way just so I can see what that color is later. If we want to replicate it or not. Nope, I need a little bit. All right, so we got to do one little trick to it. Not trick, but yeah, I'm definitely running out of oxygen pressure. I got plenty of oxygen, just the pressure's running out. So that is going to help seal the rosebud on her, the flower bud, whatever you want to call it. And here we go. All right, now we just meld all that in. We're all good. One more quick buzz of the flame. This is just to warm it all up. This is kind of like taking care of it so I could do the side view. Give you a little side eye with it. No, the glass never gets hot. That is the one beautiful part about it. And there we are. Look at that. All right, y'all ready for the reveal? This is the reveal part. It's either going to be super ugly or awesome. There we are. Oh, it does have a little bit of that blue. Almost looks opalescent. I can kind of dig on that. There we go. Get a little closer. Yeah, you could see that blue in there. That looks really pretty. Yeah, I could live with that. I can live with that. I think that's a keeper. Yeah, it is kind of like a fairy wing color, isn't it? So that had a pink underlay, and then we fumed it with silver. So the silver was part of the coloring, and it's pure silver. It is 0.9999 pure silver. All right, now comes the little sucky part. Got to put these little guys together for a minute. Because the rods get too short, that means you got to put two of them together. Make them a little bit longer again. Sometimes you have to chuck three of these together. Okay, there's one. Grab a second one. Give me a second. Just going to take a few minutes here. Okay, there we go. Got that together. So I'll show you a little bit of a fun process here. We're going to grab the caramel color. So this is a silver base color. It has a very, very heavy concentration of silver. And we're going to take it, we're going to turn it to a little leafy color. We're going to make it a little leaf. And I'm going to show you how the colors interact. And then we're going to shoot it with some gold. We're going to change the coloring up again just by adding a little pure metal, some gold in there. But I'm going to show you how this changes color too. It's kind of a trippy glass to work with. Just going to make a small leaf though, not very big, not much. Going to do a little science. Yeah, the roses are up on the site. Oh, we got to do side. I forgot I got a side camera. Look at that. All right, so there is the coloring, okay? Check it out. Pretty, right? And then we can hit it with that. You can see those really kind of earthly looking colors. Okay, we're going to go back to a normal view. We're going to stretch this out, turn it to a kind of like a more organic leaf. I don't like this little roundy look. So we're just going to heat it up, grab it, heat up the back end. Don't want to heat the impression of the leaf. Then we bring it down and stretch just a little like that. Give it a little bend. Hey, there we go. Like that. And we're going to carve in the sides real quick. Give it a little side texture here. Okay, there we go. We're going to come back to side camera here, side view. Now you can see how we added a little texture to it. Okay, and you should see a little blue coming off of it. We didn't quite get the blues in there yet. Okay, so now we do, oh, there's a little blue back there. So I'm going to leave it on the side view for a second. We're going to hit it with the flame and kind of buzz it out here. And the more you heat it and cool it, the more the color changes. So now you can see the colors kind of getting a little bit bluier in the back, more purpley blue. We're going to do it one more time. Just a little science project here. And every time I do that, it changes the coloring again and just keeps adding a little bit more texture and color to it. So that is the silver base. We're going to take it and grab a little bit of gold. I got a tiny little bit left on here. So this is 0.999 pure gold. And where is my little gold nugget? There it is. So we're going to vaporize this gold right in the flame. We're going to shoot it right onto that leaf. We're going to do the backside very heavy so you can see exactly how much you can do. Literally chrome plate or gold plate this thing. Oh yeah. All right, you guys ready to see it? It's going to look fantastic. Okay. Now we got more purples coming out of it, and then there's the back end. Did I tell you that was pretty or what? Now we changed it to a purpley color like that. The flame is 3,800 to 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Like that. Change the name to something a little more original. Shame on me. Yeah, get off my channel. Bye-bye. Why do I have to change my name? Why can't I be Fiery Guy? You can go somewhere else. Bye-bye. I don't have to change my name. Some people are morons. All right, let's put a little hook on this. Where's a good punchy rod? There we go. What's up, Ryan? Okay, we're going to put a little tiny hook on this thing. Like that. And we're going to come through and smooth it out. So we're going to flatten this to make the hook. We're going to cut through and we just flatten this little bead out and then it pulls into a beautiful little hook. I do like this design because I can get it pretty big. Big enough for like a big old herringbone chain or a hemp necklace also works really well with it. Here we go. And bring it out. And there we go. And here we go. All right, we are right there. We're going to smooth it out, open it up. Just like that. Yeah, I think we got it. So we'll come over here. What got me into glassblowing? My mother actually got me into glassblowing. She started when I was 2 years old, so I've been around it my entire life. What's up from Ukraine? How are you doing? And look at those colors pouncing out. That's what I'm saying. They look really, really good. Yeah, I love that purpley look. I think that's a really cool color. I can live with that. Okay, we're going to separate this. And this is what I was saying about the hook, though. You can definitely have a big enough chain run through that sucker. Have I done Pokemon? No, I haven't. Nintendo will definitely come after you. Yeah, they do not play around. I can tell you that 100%. They do not play around with that. They are very protective of their designs, for sure. Anyway, I am gonna call it a night tonight. And do I ever use UV color? Yeah, Butch, I'll show you. Yeah, you're talking about like uranium. Actually, I have a really cool piece right here. So this is a combination of two colors. I'm gonna bring it over to the side view though, because otherwise it doesn't show as well. So we're gonna bring this little mushroom guy in here. Watch this. So we got the pinky for the mushroom and the uranium. So that is Lucy and uranium for a little mushroom guy. Yeah, we use them all the time. All right, back to normal view. Yeah, we definitely use that all the time. I love using those colors. Special vases? No, no special vases. I know what you're saying, but no, we don't have any of those. If you are looking for something in particular, I could definitely refer you to the right people. I don't have a problem with the industry at all. There's an overload of product out there. No need for me to do it. I am definitely old school, Butch. Definitely old school. Appreciate that. All right, I'm going to call it a night. Don't forget to subscribe and follow. And I will catch you all tomorrow, 9:30 Pacific Standard Time in the morning. I will be on here, rocking and rolling. Have a good night, y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me.